Dr. S. Tamarai Selvi is working as a professor in the Department of Computer Technology, MIT campus of Anna University, Chennai. She has over 30 years of teaching experience. Grid computing, cloud computing, and e-learning are her areas of interest. She has successfully completed 12 research projects funded by Government of India and Tamil Nadu state government. She has established Center for Advanced Computing Research and Education and acquired 1 patent and has filed for 3 more patents in her research area. She has presented over 110 papers in international conferences and published 45 papers in international journals. She has authored 5 books. The latest book is titled Mastering Cloud Computing, published by Morgan Goffman Publishers, 2013.
Welcome to UGC lecture series on computer science. We are discussing about the topic on cloud computing, and now we are going to discuss about some more recent trends for which cloud computing is very much helpful. And we can think of the smart learning, that is one of the important applications. Today we are having so many electronic gadgets and so many technologies through internet which are all enabling the learning process easier. Whenever we consider smart learning, it includes both teaching as well as learning. See, you are having the video conferencing facility so that an expert who is available in some other location is taking the class and the students who are available in some other place is listening to that one. So, the technology is helping us. Similarly, it is possible to interact with anybody else, any expert or your peer group or some other guru, so that it is possible to make use of your iPad or your laptop through internet. You can access any expert easily. So, when you consider the teaching learning process, the IT is giving lot of benefits to the students. So, that is known as smart learning. In the teaching learning process, you cannot segregate learning from teaching and teaching from learning. Without learning, you cannot teach. Without teaching, you cannot learn. So, it is a egg chicken problem which is to be considered important. Everything is equally important. Teaching and learning you cannot segregate. In what way cloud is going to be helpful for teaching and learning process? First of all, we heard e-learning. E-learning means electronic learning. You can have the electronic series of notes and other contents. So, the contents will be displayed or it will be given as the resource. The students may be able to access it through internet and they are getting e-contents. So, you are using the e-learning for the purpose of getting so many resources from other people or from other experts. Next, we got m-learning. From e-learning it went to m-learning. M-learning means mobile learning. We are having smartphones which are having the capability of a small laptop. So, by having the internet facilities, you are able to do the m-learning. The advantage is it is portable and it is mobile. So, it is called as mobile learning. Now, people are talking about u-learning. U-learning means ubiquitous learning. It is possible to access from anywhere to any device, to any location, to any person. So, that is the main advantage of this u-learning. It is possible to have the different materials stored in the library and you can have the access, all the digital books can be accessed by the student. So, that it is very much useful. Similarly, you can have the other electronic gadgets such as iPad or you can have the Kindle, and so many electronic gadgets are available. Once if you have the connectivity and if you are authenticated to access your digital library, the place is not at all a matter. You can access the material and you can learn the things. So, that is the main advantage of that smart classroom. In what way we are going to make use of cloud? See, this is the e-learning or the virtual classroom setup you are having. Just you can have the actual remote teacher teaching to the entire classroom, so that you will be able to view the actual teaching process. When you want to go for the use of cloud for e-learning, first you can have the personalized learning. What do you mean by personalized learning? See, in the teaching learning process, first if you take face to face teaching, in the regular classroom you are having the face to face teaching. For that purpose, the teacher is simply teaching the students and the students are listening to the teacher. It is a face to face. There are lot of advantages when you are having the face to face teaching learning. In that case, the teacher is monitoring. So, you have to compulsorily listen to the lecture, even though you are mentally absent, but at least you will pretend to listen to the lecture. But in case of the e-learning or u-learning, nobody is going to monitor. The lecture will be going on, and whether you are listening or not, it depends upon your mood. In case of this personalized learning, the main advantage is the type of the style of teaching will be adapted to the type of learner. There are lot of research works being carried out. If you want to personalize the learning, first of all we should know which type of teaching methodology the learner prefers. Once if we know, then only the appropriate pedagogy can be applied. That is called personalized learning. According to the need of the student, the teaching methodology is adapted. That is called as personalized learning. It is possible by having the cloud services. For that, we need the inputs to be collected from the reader or from the learner. There will be lot of questions asked. When the student is answering to the questions, automatically the particular pedagogy which will be suitable for the students will be identified by the cloud services. You need not tell that this is the methodology I prefer. That is automatically done by having some questionnaires asked to the learner. Then it is possible to access the context based resources. In which context you are learning? Say for example, programming languages you are learning. According to the language you are learning, you will be getting the material relevant to the course you are learning. Say for example, Java. So, once if you learn Java, the various materials available in the internet will be brought to you. So, you can access to the context based resources, that is another advantage. Then it is possible to allow any expert to be contacted. So, you are having lot of links to different universities, different professors. You may be knowing the mail ID of the expert of the particular subject or course. Whenever you send mail to them, they will give you the free time. During that time, you can definitely reach. If at all not possible to interact, you can send the mail to the expert and they will reply the mail also. Like that, it is possible to contact your expert wherever he or she is available. Then collaborative learning is another important aspect. See, collaborative learning means you can learn some concepts and some other person will be having another concept and another person will be from some other discipline. If you want to develop one product, it requires different expertise. So, in that case, you can do the collaboration by having different expertise and you can integrate all those things together. Normally, the projects can be done in that way. See, collaborative learning means you can take one mechanical engineering student, then you can take another computer science student, then you can take another electronic student. By having the three domains being integrated, it is possible to design one product and all the students will be contributing and that will make them to learn the requirement of the society, because this is the requirement of the customers. So, everybody has to contribute. So, multidiscipline is also involved and you are having the collaboration of various technologies. So, collaborative learning is easier by having the cloud computing. The person can be in any other place also. You can ask them to do some part of your work, the design part they can take up, they can complete the design and they will send the design to you. You can do manufacturing in one place where the products are available. Similarly, another person can do the programming. Nowadays, collaborative learning can be easily possible through cloud computing. Then interactive learning is feasible. What is interactive learning? You are just interacting with the teacher, and whenever you are having some doubt, immediately you can raise the doubt. The teacher will also give you the solution for it. Like that, it provides the facility to have the two-way communication. Instead of talking to the students as one way, in the interactive learning you can have the two-way communication, so that you will be able to do the interactive learning effectively. The next one is active learning. See, active learning means how to make the students to be very active whenever they learn the topic. Say for example, if you are learning about computers, everybody is making use of the computer, but how many of you know the specification of the computer? How to get it? What is the actual processor used in your computer? What is the memory capacity of the computer? What is the hard disk capacity? What type of software installed in your computer? If you do not know, just you can take the properties of the computers and you can find out the hardware configuration. So, when you tell the specification of the computers, the students will think that okay, these are the things available, but whenever you make them to find out the specification, then they will make a step to find out, and that is called as active learning. You should be involved in learning process. Simply if everything is given to you, you will think that oh, it is very simple, nothing serious. You will not have the involvement in learning. So, today people are talking about active learning. If you want to learn about cloud, you should implement something about cloud. Without having the implementation, how can you understand? So, the active learning helps in implementing something practically and the involvement of the learner to understand the concept. So, active learning is possible with the help of cloud. Then we can do the evaluation in a standard way. You are learning one branch of study or group, say physics. Throughout the globe, physics is learnt by so many users. After completing your undergraduation in physics, whether this undergraduation is equivalent to the degree obtained in foreign countries. In USA, they are also having undergraduation. In UK, they are having the undergraduation. But after completing BSc here, are you having the knowledge equivalent to the knowledge acquired by another USA student or UK student? How can it be done? It is possible to have the standard way of evaluation, and the degree can be offered in distance mode, so that you can sit in some other country and the evaluation can be standardized. So, once the benchmarking is there, wherever you are, it is possible to learn the degree and complete it. For that purpose, they are having the standard way of evaluation. The question paper is uniform and the quality expected out of that particular course you have completed is also uniformly evaluated. The competency developed, the competency level you have developed after completing that particular course is measured, and you are having so many measurable indicators, so that you will be learning the different subjects which is having the standard which is globally accepted. So, to have the equal opportunity as well as to have the equal chance, it is possible to make use of cloud for learning. Then the next topic is healthcare systems. What do you mean by healthcare system? Everybody knows very well that the basic needs are food, clothes, house, then learning and healthcare. These are the 5 basic needs. That is why I have taken up all the 5 basic needs for which cloud will be helpful. So, when you consider the smart healthcare system, smart monitoring of healthcare, it is possible to monitor your healthcare, already we have discussed. It is possible to have the teleoperations. Nowadays, the doctors from abroad are also involved in doing the operation. They will give you instruction. The patient may be in one country, you can have the experts in different countries, they will monitor the operation and they will give you suggestions. You do like this, this may be the case in case of such trouble, you can solve this problem by having this type of treatment. So, we will be getting the expert opinion on the spot by sending the investigation report as well as other things. Then we are having the collaborative surgery operations, intelligent diagnosis. Intelligent diagnosis means you are able to diagnose the disease in an intelligent manner. You can make use of the computers to assist the diagnosis of the disease. Then you can have the biopharma. The biopharma is the recent topics available. One medicine cannot cure all the persons having the same disease. Based on the genetic conditions or based on the genes you are having, the actual medicine will be different from individual to individual. Now, in the biopharma, they are studying the genes of the individual and they are getting the actual medicines which will be suitable for that genes, that is called as biopharma. And instead of treating the whole body, whenever one organ is affected, for that organ only they are giving the medicine. So, that is biopharma. Now, we are very much happy with the natural treatment and you can get lot of inputs through cloud. So, we have discussed about the actual conditions of the healthcare system as well as e-learning. In this episode, we have discussed about the e-learning as well as healthcare system. Now, let us have a break. Welcome back after the break. The next important trend in future is space tourism. In 2030, space tourism will be a common one. During the vacation, you are going to your grandparents' house or to your uncle's house. Like that, it is possible to go to moon during the vacation. So, you will say hi to your friends and others telling that we are visiting moon, we will be back by 1 week time. So, space tourism will be a common one by 2030 and 40,000 human beings will be working in orbit. Now, you can understand the need of the technology for that space tourism. In what way space tourism will be benefited by using the cloud computing. First of all, communication across planets. We are having the communication within the globe. By having the internet, you are able to communicate to any person available throughout the globe. Suppose if you want to communicate with the people in moon, how to communicate? You can have the satellite communication in between the planets. Once if you reach the planet, you can have the internet to communicate across the people. So, communication across planets, it is one of the major research area and for that you have to develop the protocols. What communication protocol we can make use of for having the communication across the planets. So, you can have the satellites available in both the planets and the satellite communication is possible. We are having lot of technologies. Still we have to develop more protocols for easier way to communicate. Once if you reach one planet, then internet can be used and in that internet we are having the cloud and it is possible to communicate. So, information sharing across planets is a major research area. By 2030, we will be going to different planets. So, for the space tourism, in what way communication is going to be helpful, that is what we are talking about. Whenever you leave your house and you are going to the hostel, as soon as you reach the place, immediately you are making a phone call, yes, I reached safely. Even for traveling within the world, you are having such a communication. If you want to go to the planet, everybody will be eager to know whether you have landed safely. So, the communication is an important aspect whenever you are having the space tourism. Similarly, what are the requirements you have? What is the current status? to tell all the conditions, communication is needed. So, it is essential to develop so many protocols, and also you should have the information sharing across the planets as well as across the world also. Then the next another important thing is automated flying drones. What is flying drone? It is the small helicopter like vehicle that is called as flying drone. It is not helicopter. It is useful for simply transporting to 1 or 2 persons, because the payload it can withstand is very less compared to helicopter. Now, if you see the different pictures, all are flying drones. They are meant for just transporting the human being across the various places. In what way the cloud computing is going to be helpful for these flying drones? That is the question you may be having. Now, we are having that unmanned aerial vehicle, which is Daksha. Most of you would have seen it in the website. This Daksha is an UAV, unmanned aerial vehicular system. It is developed in Madras Institute of Technology, Anna University, Chennai. It is the sample prototype and it has been tested in so many applications. Recently in Uttarakhand also this UAV has been sent, and they have supported the government for capturing pictures by going to the places where human beings cannot go. It is possible to make use of this vehicle to fly to a lower height, say maximum 1 kilometer from the ground level, and since it is smaller in size, it is possible to just bring it to a room also in the top floor. There is no need to have more space for this UAV, that is the advantage, and it is operated by the battery. For the time being, it uses about 30 to 40 minutes duration, and after that it will be coming back, and it can go up to the distance of 5 kilometers from one place to another place. They went to the DARPA laboratory to prove their UAV, and they got the first score for this particular UAV. Out of 10 countries participated in this UAV, MIT got the top ranking. And we are testing with so many scalable devices. These are also other models, and we have tested with so many applications using UAV. This is construction site monitoring. By using the UAV, we were able to monitor the construction of the sites, multi-story building, that is possible. By flying above the building, it is possible to capture the image. Then this is the traffic monitoring. This is a famous place in Chennai called Kattipara Junction. This is also captured by our Daksha, which is flying above. So, it has captured the actual Kattipara Junction bridge, so that you will be knowing how many vehicles are moving, whether it is very heavy traffic or it is having light traffic, all those things can be monitored. So, traffic monitoring can be done with the help of this one. Then this is the 360-degree campus view taken by Daksha. Our Anna University campus has been taken using the Daksha, and this is target tracking. The actual vehicle, if you want to track, it is possible, just you can fly over this and you can capture the image and you can get it. So, it is having so many domestic applications as well as defense applications. We are trying in all possible ways, and in what way we are able to help the society using Daksha? By having multiple UAVs. See, instead of having single UAV, you can have multiple UAV, then you can get the information from individual UAV and you can control it using cloud. We have also filed a patent for this, controlling multiple UAVs using cloud. Then it is possible to do the traffic monitoring. Whenever you fly for certain distance in some of the important places, you can just monitor whether the traffic is heavy or light. Suppose if the traffic is heavy in one place, you can advise the passengers to follow another route also. If there is any blockage or if there is any other event happening, in a particular location, just you can divert the traffic. Dynamically you can get the information, that is the advantage. Then it is possible to make use of the same UAV for police bandobast. Actually, when you make use of this UAV in a particular junction where 4 roads are meeting, it is very difficult to identify what about the traffic flow in different directions. Whenever the police bandobast is there, it is possible to give the actual picture captured by the UAV by flying it over the ground. So, you can just fly through all the 4 roads and you can identify from which side which vehicle is coming, which person is coming, like that you can monitor. So, the UAV is having the camera fixed at the bottom and it is capturing various things as we have seen earlier. Similarly, it is easier for helping the healthcare system. Suppose the blood has to be transported from one place to another place in a very short span of time. Due to traffic in the cities, it is very difficult to take it and reach the place in time. For such things, you can make use of this payload of 1 kg or 2 kg to take it from one place and bring it to the needed place. So, in that way it will be helpful for saving one life also. Then it is very much useful for agriculture application. Normally, in the big fields in various countries, they normally make use of the helicopters for spreading the manures or just to spread the pesticides. But by having the UAVs, you can design for that particular payload, just you can operate it using the batteries and it can just fly 2 meters or 1 meter above the field and it can be programmed to move around the field and it will complete the task. There are lot of applications for agriculture. In case of the slope lands in the various estates, tea estates or coffee estates, you can make use of the UAVs to do so many operations. So, UAV is helpful in agriculture applications. The next one is surveillance application. Whenever you are not able to go into a interior place where the human beings may not be able to enter, it is very difficult. See, in case of Taj attack in Mumbai, there were so many police personalities, they lost their life because in the tanning they do not know anybody is coming or not. They are not able to judge how many people are hiding there. Whenever such these UAVs are applied, it will capture the image and from the ground station people will be watching. These are the various persons available, accordingly we can plan. So, that surveillance applications are very much useful in such cases. Then you can make use of the drones for transporting not only items, not only drugs, not only organs, not only blood, but also you can transport human beings. Recently you would have seen one movie, Chennaiil Ornal. There the actual story is how to take the organ to a remote place within so many hours. And our people commented, once if you have the UAV, within half an hour you would have transported. So, like that the technology is very much helpful for so many applications. Then the next one is smart car. Everybody likes to have the car for the transportation. Now, driverless cars will be very common in 2030. You can ask, is it possible to have driverless car in India? Yes, it is possible. How is it feasible? You can have a 3-tier layers of roads. In one tier you can have the long distance vehicle and in another tier that automatic vehicle and another tier you can have the short distance where you are having the stopping. So, it is possible to have the different layers of road, so that the vehicles can be traveling in that respective road. The top layer may be allocated for this smart car, so that from your house you can reach that particular lane and you will be traveling manually by driving for 2 to 3 kilometers. Similarly, if you want to go to your office, from that point it will be again another 2 kilometers. So, short distance you can drive, you can travel for 2 hours or 3 hours without the driver. So, that is the advantage. So, smart cars will be useful for automatically driving, and for such smart cars it is essential to make use of cloud. Suppose one car is stopped due to some fault, all other cars which are coming behind it should also be stopped. So, how to pass on the communication? For all such things we need the cloud to be used. So, it is possible to extend the GPS services using cloud, and surveillance camera can be connected to cloud for smart routing in case of heavy traffic, and cloud services may be extended for the benefit of drivers as well as passengers. So, we have discussed about the smart car, as well as we have discussed about the flying drones, and also we have discussed about the various space tourisms also. So, these are the various topics we have covered in this episode. To just revise the topics which we have discussed so far, please identify the different types of UAVs available. Just you list out some of the flying drones available, and also you can just list out the different cars which are having the facility of having the internet connectivity available in the dashboard. That is also another question for which you can get the answer, and you can have the next application in the next episode. So, this is the end of this episode. Thank you.